Hey, AP Chemisters and parents, welcome back to a new year. I'm Mrs. Vanderbilt, your AP Chemistry teacher. So let me begin by telling you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. I went to school at Purdue University where I majored in chemistry and minored in math. And I've been teaching for a while. I spent 1 year and I taught in Indiana. 2 years in South Carolina, and actually I've been part of Oak Hills High School since 1996. That means I probably had some of your folks too. There's one more thing you should know about me. I have an autoimmune disease. My immune system attacks my intestines, so I actually get something called Remicade every 6 weeks to stop my immune system. If you've read anything about being immunocompromised, that's what it means, where your immune system has been stopped. So if you've been paying any attention to current events that's been related to the COVID, you may have heard that the immunocompromised population is the second highest risk of complications, of hospitalizations, and even death. So this variant is extremely contagious and it spreads very easily, and especially for people like me who are immunocompromised. So I'm going to go off the track a little bit and just say one more thing. I hope that you will help protect me by considering wearing a mask during my class. At Oak Hills, masks are currently strongly recommended, but not mandated. So if you choose to wear a mask to help protect me, I would ask you to sit up front. I will have a supply of disposable masks to wear in my class if you didn't bring one from home. And also, you should also consider one more thing while choosing to wear a mask or not. We must track each student and whether or not they're wearing a mask at each bell every day for contract tracing purposes. Currently, wearing a mask will prevent you from being quarantined if you're identified as a close contact of a confirmed COVID-19 case. So please just consider that, and I would really appreciate it. So let's get on to something more interesting, all right? What about the class itself? So AP Chemistry is a double block every day. So this year I have AP Chemistry bells 1 and 2 and 6 and 7. I really enjoy teaching AP Chemistry. It's probably my passion. And part of the reason is the success stories of my students. I love knowing that I'm helping my students, be very, very confident in their chemistry when they go to college. So I do my class, though, by a flipped classroom model. This is where you watch the content videos each night. Do something called a WSQ, which is watch, summarize, and question, where I ask a couple questions, and it's your chance to ask me questions about the material while you're thinking of it, while it's fresh in your mind. And that's really how we start the day, is go over any questions, okay? And then how we spend the rest of our time in class is that you do homework problems, either the book problems or, AP problems. So I am with you as you do those. So you sound like I didn't know how to do the first problem, so I gave up. So I have found that since flipping my classroom, my students' scores have actually increased in AP Chemistry on their test. And actually last year's was a phenomenal group. All right. They did extremely well on their test. So that is certainly encouraging. And again, I love knowing I'm helping my students be successful. How to get a hold of me. So there's my email address on the slide right there. I'm also going to give in class on the supply list and on the letter, on my syllabus and on the letter, a way to contact me through what's called Remind. And parents, you too can also sign up for that and get all my texts and all my reminders. I found that it's an extremely effective way that we can communicate. So if you text me, let's say after 10 o'clock, forget it. I'm usually in bed by then. As far as procedures go, very, very typical. You can see all that in my syllabus. So policies, same thing. Supply list, I do want to talk about real quick. In AP Chemistry, I will give each and every one of you a binder that looks like this. Each quarter has every single handout that you would have gotten in the first quarter, then second, third, and fourth. And I found that it'd be extremely effective, especially when students were quarantined last year. They have all their handouts. I even had a young man who was quarantined 4 times. If you can imagine how many days he missed, he was very thankful that he had that particular binder. So that's a big thing. So as far as your own binders, do you need a 3-ring binder? I'd probably have one. It doesn't need to be huge to put the other like little quizzes and things like that. Um, Something else that is very useful is having glue sticks and scissors. I do have a class set of those here, but if you need them at home, it'd be good to have them then. And one other thing I do ask you to get are 2 of these composition notebooks. They're actually graph paper, so you may have to hunt for them. And I ask you this is your lab notebook, and 2 of them is that as you turn one in, I have time to grade them, and we might be doing a second lab in the meantime. So I do have extra of these. These cost me, I think, $1.25 at Staples when they're on sale, if you need them. Okay, so that's it. I hope that this has been helpful. We do have an open house on August 25th that I hope to meet the parents too, and I'm looking for a good year. And if you know me, I always end all my videos with, "Don't wait to be great." We'll see you next time. Bye bye.